Welcome to Beneath the Surface with Scott Gibson. Scott met up with Brien, Lundin, editor of the Gold newsletter and organizer of the New Orleans Investment Conference. They discussed why and when gold may go up again. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Scott Gibson with Beneath the Surface. I'm here at the Prospectors Development Association Convention in Toronto. I'm here with Brien Lundin of Gold Newsletter. Hi, Brien. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Scott. My pleasure.
Now, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your general overall take on gold. It's a Gold Newsletter, and you talk about that significantly in your publication.
Well, you know, Scott, I thought the way was clear for gold this spring to go higher. We had a clear intent on the part of the Federal Reserve and Ben Bernanke to keep the money spigots open, and then he went and opened his mouth, or didn't open his mouth in his his congressional testimony, and didn't mention any prospect for QE3. The gold market to go higher needs to anticipate, at least from the speculative money that kind of drives that, the speculators need to anticipate more monetary easing coming from the Fed coming up at some point in the near future. They aren't getting that right now, so that's why we've seen gold kind of settle back here.
What's your expectation going forward for this year?
Well, for the balance of the year, and really for the balance of the next few years, there's just so much money in the system already that we're going to have buoyant gold prices. Well, does that mean that we're going to break the record this year or the previous highs this year? No, it doesn't. But I think within $150 to $200 of the current gold price is where we're going to be for the next 3 or 4 years, or 2 or 3 years, with the potential to really take off if we have more easing. We have some slack or slowdown in the economy, and we have the Federal Reserve coming out with more easing, then gold will be over $2,000 in pretty short order.
Nice. That's great to look forward to. Yeah. Now, you focus on junior mining stocks in your publication, Gold Newsletter. Can you tell us a little bit about the areas you like right now in the world?
Well, it's going to be an exciting season, I think, on the exploration front. And by season, I mean in one area in particular, the Yukon, where all of the real work is done. And there's been a lot of anticipation. You can see it at this conference that a lot of companies are really excited about getting some work done on the ground this year in the Yukon. What happened last year is that I think investors' expectations and the whole market's expectations were set too high. They expected a lot of these companies to be drilling this year, and they expected discoveries. And it takes 2 or 3 years, even 4 years, to make a discovery if one is to be found in the Yukon. It takes a lot of work, short exploration seasons, and that just didn't happen last year. They had a lot of other issues, backups in assay labs and things like that. A lot of companies are coming out of the gate this year ready to drill, and really some promising targets.
Well, what are some of those promising companies that are coming out of the gate this year that you're liking in your publication?
You know, there's 2 that I'm very positive on that I think could really make the discovery this year. One is Ethos Capital. They have an anomaly that is on par with the anomalies that preceded the Underworld discovery of the Golden Saddle and Kaminak with their coffee property.
Do you own those 2 companies?
I do not own Ethos. I did own Underworld, and I do own Kaminak. Underworld was a big winner for our readers in Gold Newsletter. It, of course, has been taken out by Kinross. I do own a little bit of Kaminak, not enough. I didn't take my own advice on that one, but I did recommend it to my readers at the bottom before it took off.
Thanks very much. I did pick up some of the Ethos at the bottom.
You're welcome.
Yes, and also Underworld, I was a shareholder, not a shareholder of Kaminak.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Ethos, I did recommend that to my readers. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy it myself, and it's accelerated a good bit. It's not too late, though. I think they're going to make a discovery this year. Another company that's very small cap, micro cap, is Ansel Capital. It's kind of a one property drill play. They're going to be drilling this year. They've got some great results last year, didn't move on it. I do own a position in that stock, and I'm excited about what they might turn up this year.
Nice. Thanks very much, Brien.
You're welcome, Scott.
Commenting on gold and a couple companies that he likes. That's Brien Lundin of Gold Newsletter. My name is Scott Gibson from Beneath the Surface. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for watching Beneath the Surface with Scott Gibson. Stay tuned for more.